Welcome to Retro Sparkle Designs. Today's tutorial will be on the Cora dress with the long sleeve. For pattern pieces, we need one front main and one front liner, one back main and one back liner, two bodice ruffles, two top skirt pieces, two bottom skirt pieces, two sleeve tops, two sleeve ruffles, two bottom sleeves, and two sleeve cuffs. We will begin by putting together the bodice. So take your bodice front and your bodice back, both mains, and place them right sides together and pin the shoulder seams. Repeat with the bodice liner and then go ahead and sew the shoulder seams. Here we have the completed shoulder seams. Next, we are going to place both bodices right sides up. So the front and the back are right sides up. And then take your liner and place it right sides together with your main. Align your shoulder seams, and then we are going to pin along the neckline. And then go ahead and sew. Here we have the completed neckline, and now we need to flip this right sides out. So take your liner and stuff it through the neckline and flip it so your main is right sides up. And then we will be adding the sleeves. So take your sleeve top and find the center, and you can either mark it with a pin or you can just take that center point and place it right along the shoulder seam. And then you're going to continue to pin your sleeve into your armici. Go ahead and repeat with the other sleeve and then sew in place. Here we have the bodice with the sleeves, and next we will be preparing the sleeve ruffle and the chest ruffle. So first up, we have the sleeve ruffle. Go ahead and fold the bottom raw edge under 1/2 inch and then hem, and then do the same thing for the chest ruffle. So again, fold the raw edge under 1/2 inch and then top stitch to hem. Here we have the completed sleeve ruffle, and next we need to go ahead and gather the top edge to the width of the sleeve. Do this for each ruffle. We will repeat the same thing for the chest ruffle. So go ahead and take that ruffle and gather the top edge to the width of the bodice. Do this for each ruffle. Then take the top skirt and gather the top edge of that to the width of the bodice as well. And here we have the gathered sleeve ruffle. So go ahead and take that gathered edge and place it right sides together with the sleeve and then pin in place. Do not sew yet, as we do still need to add the sleeve bottom. Now take your sleeve bottom and you're going to place it right sides together with the sleeve top. This will be sandwiching that ruffle between the two sleeve parts, and then pin that in place and then go ahead and sew, making sure that you're getting all 3 layers and that you're fully grabbing that ruffle. Repeat for the other sleeve. Here we have the finished sleeve. Go ahead and flip your ruffle down, and then we can move on to adding the bodice ruffle. Here we have the chest/bodice ruffle. So go ahead and flip that right sides together, aligning the gathered edge of the ruffle to the raw edge of your bodice and pin in place. Don't sew yet though. Now take your top tier of your skirt and we're going to align the gathered edge of that with the raw edge of the bodice as well. So flip those right sides together, making sure that you're pinning all 3 layers together and that the ruffle will be grabbed with your pins, and then go ahead and sew these. Repeat this for the back bodice as well. And then here we have the bodice ruffle and our top tier of the skirt added on. Now we're going to prep the bottom tier of the skirt. First, take the bottom raw edge and fold it under 1/2 inch and then top stitch that to hem. Now take your bottom skirt that is fully hemmed here, and we're going to gather the top edge of the bottom tier to the width of the bottom edge of your first tier. And here is the fully gathered bottom skirt. We're going to go ahead now and align that gathered edge to the bottom raw edge of your first tier and go ahead and pin that in place, and repeat for the opposite side, and then go ahead and sew. And here we have that final tier added, and now we will be sewing the side seams. So take your front and the back of your dress and we're going to fold it in half so it's right sides together. And then the raw edges of your sleeves will align as well. And then go ahead and pin your side seams and that sleeve, taking special care to align all of your tiers and that your ruffles are all being pinned as well, especially the sleeve ruffles. Those ones are easy for them not to align correctly and get missed when you're sewing those side seams. I do like to go through and line up each of my tiers and pin in place, including the under edge of my armicide as well. And then I like to make sure those ruffles are going in the correct place and pinning at the bottom of them. And when you are finished pinning, go ahead and sew each side seam. Here we have the completed side seams, and I did go ahead and leave my serger tails long so I can feed them back in. So what I like to do is I'll use a larger needle and I will feed my serger tail in the needle and then sew that kind of back in to my serged threads there, and then I will kind of pull it out and cut off the excess just so the serger tail doesn't undo. There are a lot of different ways to finish off your serged edges. This is just my preferred method, so go ahead and repeat whatever you like to do on the other side and then flip your dress right sides out. Now prepare the sleeve cuffs. So take each cuff and fold it in half, right sides together, and then pin and sew along the long edge. And then go ahead and take your cuffs and fold them in half, wrong sides together, aligning those raw edges, and then marking your halfway points. Now take the sleeves on your dress, and we're going to mark those halfway points with a pin, and then take your cuffs and place them over the raw edge of your sleeve, aligning those raw edges and the halfway marks, and then pin in place. Repeat for your other sleeve and then go ahead and sew on. Now take your cuffs and flip them right sides down, and then here's your completed dress.